Hi, this is Sue at Hometown to Homestead Gal Gardener. Well, yesterday we had a microburst of a part of a monsoon storm running through our property, and I'm going to take you on a tour of what happened. It's a little devastating. The people, pets, and house are fine, but the rest of the property has a lot of cleanup. Let's go take a look. Okay, it's a bright and beautiful morning. Doesn't look like there'd be too much going on. Yesterday, it was so windy, and what was going on in my yard looked very much like the photos you'd see. Oh, here comes a truck. Hi, Coors Light. It looked very much like the winds that you would see on videos of hurricanes and such. And we had a lot of water running through the front of the property here, which it's kind of a natural run. It was clogged up on the other end. They unclogged it, and away it went. Now, we're going to walk through here. Good morning, Bubba. There's Bubba, our sulcata tortoise. He's getting huge. He's out on his morning walkabout. All of the trash cans were pushed up against the fence. These ones were over here. It was blowing very, very hard. Bubba didn't care. He was out wandering on the lawn. He didn't know what a storm was. So we're going to come over here by this little patch of trees. Up front, we've got one broken branch there, which is not such a biggie. These trees are hard to kill, these sisu trees. S-I-S-S-O, I think is how they're spelled. And then we're going to come through here. Here's where the drainage runs through across the front of our property. And then I'm going to take you down to the driveway that goes to the back. And there's some desert willow. And it's got a bunch of this viney stuff that's supposed to be good for the butterflies. Can't think of the name of it at the moment. My son just got done trimming off the edges because it was hanging over the fence. But then here's one of our beautiful mesquite trees that is broken there. So there's big branches laying down, and lots of breakage up there. And then we come down here, and this lump of mud is where the roots are being pulled up from the weight of the tree. Up under the edge of the fence. And so that tree is history. That tree is going to have to come down. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful shade tree. I just loved it. And this mess over here is our other favorite shade tree. I love these mesquite trees. They're just beautiful. But you can see this big chunk laying down on the ground. And we'll come around, and you can see it split. You can see the ground there where the roots are pulling up, so we're probably going to have to pull the second half of it up too. This is just so sad. This tree, as the storm was running full force, looked like it was trying to do the twist, the dance. It was swaying one way hard, and then it would sway the other way hard very quickly. It was one of the scariest looking things I've ever seen. It scared me more than watching wildfire come up near our house in California. It I thought it was going to pull it up out of the ground and toss it on top of the house. It was just, this tree didn't know which direction it was going. And yeah, that was pretty scary. So we're not sure if we're going to be able to save this pot. Probably not. But this is very sad. These are just beautiful shade trees for the side of the house. This is on the western side. The winds were blowing full gale force from the west, which is straight on from the west is a little unusual for us. We usually get it from the south or the north, southwest, north. Then we've got these other bushy things. My son just trimmed some of those up to get them off of his little guest house here. And this window had a window unit on it with some insulation board on top of it. It was pushing that whole contraption in, and my son had to just pull it inside and close the window because it was blowing so hard. But I think the little tree, there's an apricot and a lemon tree. Those little guys look like they're doing okay. And we're going to come around to the back here. Now, these branches that you see, oh God, this view is just devastating now. These were part of the big tree that was in the back corner of the property near the garden. This just kills me to see this tree gone. This big beauty. Now, let's see here. It was too wet and too new to look at any devastation yesterday, or not with any depth. Okay, this has had a branch broke off of it up there, but it looks like this one might be okay if we baby it a little bit. And let's check out this tree. I'm not seeing too much damage there. There might be a few little limbs broken in there, but no trunk damage there. No big devastation. But we're gonna see this. This is all from the one tree. There's more big branches pulled off. And we'll come over here. Mr. Gardener's already getting hard to work, and you can hear other people with their chainsaws going at 7 o'clock in the morning. Morning, Mr. Gardener. And this, see this line in the sand? This is how far this trailer blew backwards. About 3 feet. Is this trailer loaded with stuff? It's loaded and heavy. And that wind blew that back, that 3 feet. Just mind-boggling. Was it on this block?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It actually blew it off the block that it was sitting on. That's pretty wild. Crazy wind. The guy who the trailer belongs to jokingly asked us if it blew over, and not knowing that it had actually moved at the time. That was pretty kind of a strange thing. But yeah, now we've got a whole lot of sun back here. The little trees are all doing fine, but we've got all of this trunk devastation. We've got the spots where we buried some animals underneath it. But yeah, this was probably about 5 or 6 foot tall. 3 stubs there? Is that what was there?
2 trunks coming up.
2 trunks off of it? Okay. He started cutting on it yesterday. Lots of log. Lots of mess. It's on our fence, so he's attempting to get that off our fence first. That's the deal of the day. And it took out the hedge bushes here. Bent the T-post over.
Hopefully I can just pull those out.
Those can be replaced easily enough.
Yeah.
So nothing happened to the house, nothing happened to the pets, nothing happened to the people. Just a whole lot of mess to clean up. So Mr. Gardner took the day off from his day job, and he's going to be working his bananas off today. But yeah, we're going to continue the tour this way.
Pepper plants in there.
Pepper plants in where? Oh, I was wondering how that did. This is the new bed. Do you have anything planted in here yet?
No.
Okay. Got a couple buckets of sweet potatoes in them. Sweet potatoes vines. This poor bed took a beating yesterday too.
Yeah.
But there's still greenery in there. Oh, you got mushrooms coming up underneath that marigold over there on the other side.
Yeah, we got a lot of mushrooms coming up in here.
Is that good or bad?
Good.
Okay.
Good healthy soil.
Alrighty. Okay. Continuing our tour around the back side here. Oh look, we have a new gate area. Blew that panel off. I'm going to carefully come up around here. Hello, Mr. Lizard. Ow. Ow, that hurt. Caught sticking to my foot. I'm going to come up over here. One of these days I'd like to have berry vines along here. I think that would be a cool space for them. Up we come. And through the new hole. This is our biggest mesquite tree on the property. It's in this back area here. This is such a beauty, but we're constantly trimming broken branches off of it. That's an old trim. I don't know if you can see the birds there. They're sitting on some new breakage. There's the chunk that broke off laying over there next to the fence. Lots of baby mesquite trees all over the ground. And that's odd, a little chunk of wood there. Oh, look, a broken ashtray. Something we don't need anyway. And let's see, the solar panels look like they're okay. And we have electricity today, so yeah, more breakage there. And I'll go this way. Where the trucks are busy. Our local grocery store just up this street got flooded. There's rumors that there was a hole in the roof that flooded it, but I don't know for sure. That's the rumor, you know, rumor mills. And let's see, we've got a branch there that had cracked over and they just finished cutting it off. I think that's the only one that's under this canopy that had to come off. But yeah, that was some crazy wind. I don't envy people that live in areas that get hurricanes all the time. That was, somebody was saying 60 miles an hour winds, but I don't know, I've driven on the freeway at 60 miles an hour before. I think that was more like 80 to 100 in my personal estimate. Completely unscientific. Excuse me. Basil patch all go into seed here. We will collect seeds off of that. The basil is just crazy out here. And when the wind blows, you smell it. It smells wonderful. Get a little whiff right now. And then this funny 2.5-year-old pepper plant, it's still producing littler peppers and some more blossoms, and it's going to set some more fruit. We decided to just trim it back when we need to and let it go, see what happens with it. The cucumbers and tomatoes did not do as well over here as we had hoped. That was a little bit of a rough go. So Mr. Gardener just keeps trying different things. And now we're back over here to the front of the property. So you've been on your full walk. A bunch of trees down across the street at the church over there. Community to the west of us is the fire trucks went up immediately because people started calling about trees down in the street. So they immediately went up and started pulling trees out of the street. And that community has a really good landscaping crew that were out last night, even in the dark, starting to cut up trees. So yeah, microbursts are just so much fun. But I hear the neighbor coming up to the front. And yeah, that's your tour for the day. Microburst, August 2022. This is Sue at Hometown to Homestead Gal Gardener. Talk to you next time. Take care. God bless.